next speaker, Robert. He will be presenting Myriota tools for agriculture. So Robert, please, the floor is yours. We don't hear you, you're muted.
Yeah, thank you guys for inviting me here today. I'll just share my presentation. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so hopefully you can see that okay. Great. So really explain about Myriota and how we can help with your deployments in the IoT and agriculture. Myriota, essentially a global satellite IoT company. We've designed a low power network for direct to IoT devices, and they can be deployed on a massive scale, supporting low cost and long battery life. So many of us working in the IoT industry are aware that only 10 to 15% of the Earth's surface can now be monitored with existing communication technologies. So satellite gives us the opportunity to effectively reach underserved communities, and effectively even in areas with good communications coverage, if we do find blank spots, then obviously combining them with satellite technology will enable a much better quality of service. So Myriota is an ideal solution for many of the verticals, but particularly in agriculture, and that's probably one of the main areas where we have most of our design wins. Best example really being groundwater and tank level monitoring. Obviously making sure the usage of the water is suitable and it's always there and available. Soil monitoring, where IoT sensors monitor moisture, temperature and nutrient levels, allowing farmers to apply water and fertilizer precisely when and when's needed. With crop monitoring, combination of basically satellite imagery and IoT sensors can be used to provide timely data on the crop health. So we've just seen a bit of an example of that with growth patterns and pest infestations. You have a combination of for saving on water usage. You've got your automated irrigation systems, smart irrigation systems using IoT to essentially assess the soil moisture and automate the watering schedules, which will ultimately reduce water and waste. The supply chain optimizations, IoT devices tend to track products from farm to market, ensuring freshness and quality and providing transparency in the supply chain. So you've got other use cases such as grain and seed quality monitoring, heavy machinery and asset tracking. So the solution also works well for other verticals such as oil and gas, transportation, logistics, utilities and defence. So the Myriota enabled devices, they have a long battery life because they're essentially asleep most of the time, but they wake up intelligently and connect with passing Myriota satellites securely with almost no energy loss. So that allows us to have a 5-year battery life on 2 AA batteries, although this can be dependent on the amount of messages you do want to send and how much data you're looking to send as well. The Myriota network then routes the data directly to our customers for analysis and action using standard web interfaces. Customers can send small amounts of control data to devices in the field with two-way communication. And messages are secure end-to-end, and it's not only hard to scan for messages due to the low power nature and the close to noise floor waveform, but also they're encrypted. If they are intercepted, it's impossible to work out which devices have sent that data as well, but then the data is unencrypted in the Myriota cloud and shared with our customers. Myriota has several patents around interference rejection, and as a network that's been designed to deploy at scale, dealing with interference both technically and with a licensed spectrum through regulation. The large number of LEO satellites in orbit enable us to provide a robust global connectivity to support your requirements. So we have a wide range of partners to enable the Myriota deployment. A few examples here around some of the agricultural type use cases. So Taggle is a smart water meter, and they're based in Australia, where literally 90% of that area is considered remote. Got Agbot saves countless hours checking water tanks, fertilizer tanks, and trough water levels from your phone. And Gunfoss, who are the largest pump manufacturer, and we've partnered with them for a solar pump and tank module. And finally, Andromeda, they use Myriota network for asset tracking for anything such as farm equipment, truck trailers, and shipping containers. So one of the devices we've developed ourselves, most satellite companies are providing modules. One of the things we've done is created something called FlexSense, which is really designed to help reduce the time to market and enable sort of a proof of concept for you to test whether there's actually feasibility within the market. So FlexSense has a 5-year battery life and a flexible range of sensors to support both digital and analog inputs. You can make field updates via Bluetooth or USB-C, and the device is IP67 rated for outdoor use. And the device can be deployed in a few hours when using our partners' visualization tools and templates. So if you purchase FlexSense, it's supplied with a 14-wire 3mm cable that's already pre-connected. The cable entry point is overmolded to ensure that the IP67 rating, and the cable is enclosed by heavy-duty braiding to provide weather and wildlife resistance. The USB-C port is accessible by the battery compartment and is designed for programming and configuring. And the devices can be white labeled and branded to your requirements if bought in volume. The FlexSense has been designed to support many standard interfaces within IoT. So we have an analog 4 to 20 milliamp connector that's often used for pressure sensor and the water level detection. We've got digital in, out, digital out, and pulse counting interfaces, RS232, RS485, an I2C interface, and additionally there is an expansion header for if you want to build your own daughter board with any additional new interfaces onto it. So getting started, and how do you get onto the Myriota network? So using FlexSense and the Quick Start product is designed to be very quick and easy. So you start by downloading the Myriota FlexSense app to your mobile device, and then as soon as you open that, you'll get a quick start sort of installation video, and you can easily fetch the binaries which are hosted from within the device manager. After you've unboxed the device and added the batteries, just power the device until the green light starts flashing, and you can pair it with the Bluetooth. Once the app is connected to the FlexSense device, they're registering with an internet connection and selecting the downloads for the latest network information. Once you've collected that latest network information, that provided location data of the satellites and power cycle your device, and it'll be ready for installation. Just make sure that when you install the device, the antenna is pointing to the sky, without any obstruction, to the top of the FlexSense and a clear line of sight. And so once you've obviously deployed your device, the next thing is you start receiving messages from the field. So you can start using some of our partners then to show how this works. So once the form is working here, you've tested, you're receiving your messages, and you can visualize the data. So some examples are, partners such as Agbot and Grundfos. They can view tank assets, water levels from a mobile app. And using partners such as Tago, who do visualization tools, you can create a dashboard very quickly from a set of templates that they've got that enable you to quickly visualize your data. So hopefully you can see how simple this is to validate and how fast to deploy. If FlexSense is not the correct solution, we do have developer kits, modules that are available for connecting to the Myriota network, and a wide range of documentation. So I hope this presentation has been useful, and you'll consider using Myriota when you're next looking for an IoT connectivity partner. And thank you. And if you have any questions, then please use the chat, or you can contact me on the email here. Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.